As soccer takes center stage this summer, Comcast helps bring the experience home to America. As the exclusive Spanish-language home of the tournament in the U.S., Telemundo is set to present its most expansive coverage ever. 700 hours of programming, live on-site presence at all 104 matches. And with multi-view and real-time 4K, Xfinity will deliver the most innovative and immersive sports viewing experience for fans watching on Telemundo, Peacock, Fox, and FS1. Learn more at ComcastCorporation.com.
Mornings have a rhythm. You can hear it, feel it. And at Quaker, we fuel it. With 100% whole grain oats and a good source of fiber in every bowl, helping you turn that rhythm into your soundtrack for a great day. Fuel to start whatever's next. Quaker, official sponsor of FIFA World Cup 26.
Let's go!
Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and you're about to listen to a hypnosis session that is very empowering if you can relate to the dynamics of the client that I was working with. So the client that I was working with was a successful entrepreneur, and they felt that they'd got to a point where they had lost a sense of deep human connection and that it had become about the financial success and not about the fulfillment or the meaning that they were getting from their work. They had recently bought a new home, essentially a second home in the island of Ibiza, and they were going to spend some weeks there over the summer, and they wanted that time to be a time of celebration, of connection, of reflection. But crucially for this client, they wanted two key things. One, things that had bothered them, so a recent betrayal of someone they thought they could trust, but also a change in direction in their future to align more with their value system of deep human connection and genuine fulfillment that comes from making a positive difference. Now, not all of these things need to be true for you in order for you to benefit. It might be that just one of these things is true. It might be that someone has betrayed you or upset you, or someone you thought you could trust let you down, and maybe you get that value. Maybe it's that you're not fully fulfilled within your primary business or employment and you want the future to be different. Or maybe you've got a summer holiday coming up and you just really want to enjoy that without all the baggage of everything else going on in your life. If any one of those things is resonating with you right now, then you probably will get some value from this session. But bear in mind, it was created for an individual. So where it might be perfect for them, it might only be partially suitable for you. So if you like the idea of a bespoke session created entirely for you, I would encourage you to click the first link that you see in the show notes to figure out how to work with me. And that kind of explains that. And there's also a discount for those people that actually listen to the podcast and find me that way. For now, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be distracted or disturbed. Relax and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in that resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, give permission to your body to release any tension. And if you need to adjust your body in such a way to allow a deeper level of relaxation. Make those adjustments now. Breathing in relaxation and releasing tension, particularly in your eyelids. And just allow your eyelids to get heavier and more relaxed. And with your eyes closed, notice how much easier it becomes to focus on the sound of my voice. Breathing in relaxation, and consider the outward breath a release valve. I want you to take a sense of pride at how hard you've worked and everything you've accomplished. It wasn't easy. It was never meant to be easy. And I wonder if some of those trials and tribulations, stresses and strains, are still hiding somewhere in your body. So just imagine breathing in pure relaxation, and as you exhale, allow it to be the release. To let those things that have come up and accumulated to find their way to the surface and be released. Breathing in for deeper and exhaling for longer. That's it. In fact, the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you can feel. And the more relaxed you can feel, the even deeper it's possible to breathe. And here in this moment, there's nothing to do. Just allow feelings to come up, sensations to come and go like waves. That's it. This is not a moment for effort. Just allow your body to relax and soften, and allow your mind to become quieter. Give permission for your nervous system to recognize that. For now, it's safe enough to let go of unnecessary tension. Perhaps you can begin simply by noticing your body weight on that chair, the chair holding you. Perhaps you can become aware of a lightness in your head, almost feeling that your head is floating and just supported there. That's it. Not everything has to be managed consciously. Your body knows how to breathe, how to blink. Your heart knows how to beat. And just take a moment to recognize how much is happening without any conscious effort at all. And not everything has to be anticipated in advance, because there is a wisdom within you that knows how to respond when a response is needed, and how to rest when rest is possible. So take that comfortable breath in, and on this breath out, just allow your shoulders to release any tension, even if it's just by 1 or 2%. And not because they have to, but simply because they can. Breathing in pure relaxation, and as you breathe out, just let the muscles of the face soften. The jaw, the muscles around your eyebrows, even your eyelids and the eyes themselves. Tiny muscles around the mouth. Just allow tension to dissolve, to let go. And perhaps it's interesting to notice how the body can begin to receive a message before the conscious mind has finished understanding it. A message of arrival, of safety. A message that says, you've worked hard, you have achieved, you've handled more than many people ever see. Connect with that. A pride, a satisfaction, an accomplishment. But also notice there is another mode available. And not weakness or collapse, and not losing control. Consider it restoration, rejuvenation, resourcefulness, and elegance. The kind of calm that successful people often forget is not the opposite of power, but one of the highest forms. And so, as your breathing begins to find that slow, deep rhythm, you can imagine, in whatever way feels natural, arriving at your home. Not your normal home, but a home on an island. Just imagine floating to that place, and not as a fantasy or as an escape, but as a symbol, a threshold, a place where something in you can begin to update. I want you to imagine the sunshine and the blue skies, that particular Mediterranean light. You know the one. And notice how it changes depending on the time of the day. Warm, clear, alive. The kind of sunshine and light that seems to touch stone, water, skin, leaves, and turn everything golden or glowing. And I want you to imagine walking around your home. Notice the colors, the textures, the sense of air moving through the space, maybe a soft breeze, maybe the smell that comes from the island or the golf courses nearby. The stillness of certain moments. The sound of water somewhere, maybe a pool, fountain, or maybe the ocean. Perhaps you can imagine yourself there by the pool. A place that exists because of decisions you made. Risks you took, the work that you did, and standards you held. And notice that you didn't need to be perfect to arrive at a place where this is your home. I have a feeling that things didn't unfold exactly as they should have. Maybe there were people with a level of integrity that didn't match yours. Maybe there were people you were working with that wanted to take more than they gave. But the deeper truth is this: you are there. This home is there. The summer is there. And travel forwards in time now. Perhaps to a period where family, are there, that experiences laughter, joy, connection is there. And any frustrations, any setbacks, they don't get to own or even spoil what is now possible. One of the great signs of resourcefulness is the simple ability to say, yeah, that happened. I dealt with it. And when you deal with it, you get to reclaim the meaning. And as you imagine yourself, perhaps by the pool, maybe sunshine on your skin or seeing a glimmer on the surface of the water, notice the calmness, the clearness, the reflective nature of the water. And beneath the surface, depth, life, circulation. And I want you to hold an image, not there on the pool, but somewhere else. A lake. And just imagine an elegant, graceful swan gliding on the surface of the water, and yet capable beneath it. Not frantic, and not passive, not naive. Pure elegance. And what if true calm is not the absence of capability, but capability without panic? A powerful distinction for you now is that you do not need to become someone who never sees risk, or someone who blindly trusts everyone. You don't need or want to become someone who ignores signals, because your discernment is part of your wisdom and your intelligence. And even your vigilance, when proportionate, has protected you. Maybe that's the very thing that stopped something bad becoming worse. Like a stop-loss, a wise boundary. An internal system that noticed that when something was wrong, it could limit the damage. And because it did its job, it no longer needs to keep sounding the alarm long after the danger has passed. A good alarm system is not one that rings forever. A good alarm rings when needed and becomes quiet when the situation is handled. So now, somewhere deep within you, the mind can begin to recalibrate. Not all people are bad people, and not all new connections carry that risk. Not every unknown means danger. And not every bad situation was because you invited or attracted it. Some things are simply human. Some things are simply life. And yes, some things are irritating, inconvenient, frustrating, and even absurd, and yet can be met with humor, with a wry smile, with flexibility, with the kind of laughter perhaps you knew before. Imagine floating back to a memory. You're a teenager, and there is laughter. You were in a group, in a moment, in a situation that didn't need to be perfect. And somehow you just found that reason to smile, to laugh. Connect with that feeling of ridiculousness, of joy, of humanity, of forming new beliefs, new ideas, new values, and yet being willing to update them when new information and experiences come along. And that lightness was not childish. It was pure emotional and social intelligence. The wisdom of knowing that not every problem deserves the dignity of a full stress response. And I want you to imagine floating back now, back to the island of Ibiza, or perhaps on the journey there, and just imagine a small thing goes wrong. A delayed meal, a missing item, a plan changing, or something not quite as expected. And I want you to imagine seeing yourself with a pause, a breath, a little internal smile, perhaps connected to a thought like, "This is manageable. This will not spoil my experience," and may even become a story that is laughed about later. The true freedom is not the absence of problems, but the resourcefulness to meet those problems with a smile. To remain free, and not because everything goes perfectly, but because your state is no longer rented out to every minor inconvenience. Your mood belongs to you. Your joy belongs to you. Your summer belongs to you. I want you to imagine floating now down to the beach, just as sunset is approaching. And I want you to connect with an idea that a sunset does not have to be perfect to be excellent. Perhaps you could imagine laughter and music, a calmness and ambience as it dawns on you. Excellence, not perfection, is the goal. Because excellence uses what is available. Perfection looks for the tiny thing that isn't quite right, whereas excellence admires the bigger picture. Excellence adapts. Perfection contracts. Excellence creates beauty from the real ingredients of the day. A smile, music, laughter, pride, celebration, real people, real weather, a real home, a real moment. And I want you to get a sense that in this summer, you do not need perfection to feel blessed or grateful. In fact, you do not need everything to be flawless to feel proud. You do not need every person to behave ideally to enjoy what you have created and are creating. Allow the deeper mind to register that your past is evidence of courage, of capability, but also of reinvention. You are not who you were at 14 years. And what if how you make your money 2 years from now keeps those high standards, keeps that entrepreneurial spirit, but also connects to a feeling of impact, connection. So just imagine the rocks, the sea, the sky beginning to change color there at sunset. No one can hurry a sunset. No one can control it. You can't negotiate with it. And that is part of its power, since it invites surrender. It invites acceptance, not giving up, but giving over to the rhythm, to nature, to timing, to beauty. And as you imagine yourself there, watching the sun lower toward the horizon, perhaps you can connect with an idea that part of you over the last few years has been in a survival mode. Perhaps a necessary intensity, a push, a determination, that high-stakes flow state. And there's nothing wrong with that part of you. The part that you built and protected, that solved and moved and made decisions. And yet, even the strongest parts of us need new instructions when the season changes. What if that was survival mode? And now is a time of deep joy, connection, and reflection. A time for inspiration. What if this period, there, under sunsets and sunshine, relaxing on a golf course or on a boat to an island, is the perfect time to allow a different future. A future where you can keep the wisdom and yet release the strain. You can keep the standards, but perhaps change the industry. Keep the ambition, and yet release that constant pressure. What if you keep the success, but now add fulfillment, passion, and deep meaning and human connection? And perhaps, as the colors deepen across the sky, the unconscious mind begins to open a quiet inner question. What would my life look like if success became more human? What would my work become if it involved more real connection? What would I create if money, meaning, creativity, and contribution could all fuse together? And what wants to emerge now? That I am no longer only in survival mode. And the wonderful thing about these questions is that you do not need to answer them consciously. Consider yourself planting seeds of questions, of ideas that are already taking root. And don't be surprised if at some point in the future you get struck with a hit, a lightning bolt of inspiration, an epiphany, an idea, that suddenly it becomes obvious what you're meant to be doing, how to deploy your resources once the summer is finished. Fulfillment leaves clues. Energy leaves clues. A flow state leaves clues. All of these are in your past, your memories, and your unconscious has access to all of them. And being open to that new idea, a change, a decision, new friends, new connections, a new business, a different way of living is all possible because the heart knows the signal and the nervous system knows the feeling. You don't need to force a decision, just be open to one. A signal that says, this isn't just profitable, this is alive. This is meaningful. This is a direction. Not just another deal, but a direction. A boat moving across the water to an island is a direction. Your unconscious mind already knows how this works. And what if your future is like an island, and you get to enjoy the journey and the destination? I want you to get a sense of what it would be like. 3 weeks. Conversations, connection, joy, laughter, a sense of gratitude, pride. Consider all of these seeds being planted deep, deep in your subconscious mind. You're priming yourself for a wonderful time. And that wonderful time does not need to be perfect for it to be truly wonderful. It's time to leave this place, a place of pools and beaches, boats and islands, starting to float back to the present, taking all these wonderful strategies, resources, and new ways of thinking with you. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Connect and calibrate into the here and the now. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. That's it. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8. That's it. Open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of The Hypnotist. If you've enjoyed this episode or got some value from it, please give it a 5-star rating and review. And maybe you know someone that would also benefit from this particular episode, in which case share the episode with them so they can also get the benefit too. And if you would like to listen to this episode where it's just the hypnosis, so no intro, no outro, no explanation, just the hypnosis and completely ad-free, there will be a link in the description where you can subscribe at a very low cost and only get access to the hypnosis. So if that's of interest, please check that out. Thank you again for being a regular listener of The Hypnotist, and I'll see you again soon for more.